All right, welcome back, everyone. I'll wait a minute. We had a blooper reel a minute ago. We'll upload it anyway, for the heck of it. Stuff happening. Again, we want him. We've been working on re-softening this horse. He's been gentle about a lot of stuff, but kind of gets a little bracy. And one thing I wanted to work on just a little bit, other than what I continually work on when I reach for him, I'd like for him to reach and get softened. So he's got a lot of memory in there. And I can't take his memory out. He's lived what he's learned, and he's learned what he's lived. So it's a new way of life for him. The people buying him she's pretty capable of working with one when it's gentle. I'm just trying to give her a little bit of a fast track. And again, when I reach here, see, he doesn't quite reach for me like I'd like my horses. So when he braces, I go right to left, and I wait till he softens that jaw. Now, he kind of likes to hang back on this lead rope a lot. So I'm not going to drag him and keep running here and exhaust myself. I'm going to lift my hand like it's going a little faster, and then I'll drive him up to it. I lift my hand, and I drive him up to it. I lift my hand, and then I'll drive. I lift my hand when he hangs on that. I want to teach him that this soft side is the good side of the lead rope, and not the side where I feel his nose. We'll slow down. I'll speed up. I'll drive if I have to. I'll lift my hand. I'll drive if I have to. Come on, get some slack in that. There you go. I want him to figure out how to find float in that rein. There, it was just my hand that time. He hung a little bit. Speed up there. Lift, speed up. We'll go with him a little ways. We'll speed my hand up. Good, we'll go with him. Now that he's starting to feel for my hand, we'll lift, he braces, I still have my flag. And we'll go a little ways, we'll slow down to the walk. I want him to slow down with me. I lift my hand up to the trot. Good, and we can trot a little ways. And we'll slow down. I lift my hand, he's feeling of that. I want him off that slack. There you go. Come off that. Good, stay off that. Good, we'll slow down. So when I feel his nose, if he doesn't come, I want to make sure I come behind that shoulder there. Good. And again, then, anytime we do some driving with the flag, we don't want him afraid of the flag. So we got to kind of balance that out. I don't want him crowding me either with some petting. I just kind of want to flip it up here like I'm lifting my saddle. There's no direction here in my hand. Yet if I lift my hand to go, I want him to go. So I'll tap with some rhythm until he goes. Lena, get out. Good girl. Little softer. Now when I feel his nose, he's starting to bend a little bit rather than hit it so hard. But when I went to get short, I want him to yield to the end of that. I didn't ask him to go with the front yet. Nice try. He's like, I know what's next, but I want your hind over there. I want your hind over there. Don't go so far forward. Not here. Forward, too forward. Just roll your hind there. There. Good. Now your front. Good. That was a nice front. His left hind's in the way just a little. He's got to get back. Starting to yield at least a little to this flag. Good. We'll pet him. I'll lift. He can go. Now when he's walking and I flip it, I don't want him to speed up. And when my energy comes out here, I want him to find a place to get stopped. And I don't want him to walk off there. If he does, I'll help him to go. Head a little step, not over there. Good. When I lift, here's a good deal. And then I want him to come through with his feet. We lift. Good. Come through with your feet. Forward. I'm behind the balance point. I want him to step up and put me in front of the balance point, meaning behind this shoulder with some life there. Good. He's starting to round out there a little. Hindquarters, but no bend. There, he kind of shifted his hindquarters to me. Not the end of the world, but I'm not oblivious to it either. I am aware of it. And I want him to know that I'm aware of it. He could very easily from that say, hey, I might kick you. Because he's just a little light in that hind end there. There. He kept that hind going. Now we'll see if we can get a little bend. Good. Good. Pet him. Can't do too much of that. Type pet him. For those of you that need to pet your horses more, or that like to see people petting their horses more. I know I don't do enough of it, but I work at it when they make a good move. But there's a certain sense of the horse of peace. You know, we started those babies a while ago, and I like to wait till they're a little older, so that they can kind of find some direction for me. But I want them to find that peace and that release and that flow. So that when they're between that rectangle, it means something. And see how that hind kind of came out of gear? Not enough weight on it. You can step out there a little more. There, that right hind shifted back that time. And he kind of had a little lick of the lips there. But there's a certain sense of peace when they're between that and the lightness there. Now we might go back to checking this out. Good, that he left light that time. Can he speed up light? No, so I'm going to come in with my crop. I'll lift my hand. Come on. When he finds that float, I want him to wait. Good. I don't know if we've done much backing him, so I'm going to offer a good deal. I know we backed from close, and then I'll bump back to where my hands are. When his feet come, I'll release. But right now, it comes out his head first. Release. I want it to come out his feet. There's his feet. And I want to take it through lightness. A little more. And I don't always want to turn this backing issue into me stepping in and crowding it, because that's a whole different feel. So I want him to learn. Again, if he gets a little worried there, it's a great opportunity. I don't want him to be afraid. It's a respond and respect without fear. And then I'll set him back without crowding in on him if I can. Good. I see a lot of people, they'll offer, but then they always crowd in. Well, that's fine, but if I've got a cow that I'm doctoring, I need him to find the weight off of that. We'll offer. Good. And I can't move because I'm maybe holding the cow here with one hand. So I don't always want to step up into a space. That's a different feel than feeling that off of the lead rope. And I see people that jiggle it like they're dirty laundry. Well, I want one day when I flip it out that way to mean front quarters to your right. So I don't want to have him wait to see whether I'm driving him back or right or left, or just make up your mind, human. I don't want him, if he looks out, I'm going to drive him a little. Again, my lead's a little long on this. So I want to be close enough if I need to crowd that body out to round it out, I can. I don't want to have to step in and attack him. I will get short, and I'd like that to correlate to a flexion. That's that kicking. See, I saw it coming earlier. It was on the other side, but I don't want to be treated like an annoyance. You yield to me, not the other way around. You yield to me. And a lot of people, I see videos out there, and they'd make a bunch of that was nice. They'd make a bunch of big drama and a thumbnail out of that. And I think step out there. Good. I think it does the horse a bit of a disservice because, yeah, sure, a lot of humans can make some horses bad, and some are a little more troubled than others. Some wild horses, and some of it, those wild horses, because they've been chased with helicopters and quads and poor cowboys and other things. And so they've had some bad humans, because a lot of humans will go to that auction and they'll pick up some of the less expensive ones and think they're going to get into the horse business for $300 and have a horse. And then usually it goes to 2 or 3 trainers, and then they probably come to me. Used to go to a horse clinic, but less and less people doing colt starting clinics because it takes time. Like, he's good enough to ride. Step out there. There you go. Good. Now I'm back. We'll work on that softness. I'm going to reach for him. His feet started, but he didn't flex at the pole. But not too bad there. So it takes time, and it takes time. Like I say, he's lived what he's learned, and he's learned what he's lived. I can't overcome that in a couple days. I can get some nice changes, and I can get some things kind of going for him and help him out and get him better, but it takes time for that. It also takes time, just like we're going to the gym, for him to carry himself and build that muscle and build that strength to make the moves. It takes changing his habits, but it also takes time and changing his muscle structure. Again, I might lean on him if he starts stepping in with me on those hindquarters, and I'm going to use my stirrup. Some of you that have some colts, see, he's a little sticky to that. He doesn't want to move off from that. There. So if I was there, good. Now I'm just going to bend him. Now we'll offer a good deal. Now we'll do a little more. I keep the rhythm until he steps off of it. But if you weren't quite sure whether to get on your colt or not yet, now if he starts moving his feet too much or getting braced, I'm going to grab this saddle horn and go with him. Now here's a good deal. Good. So it takes kind of 2 taps there. I don't want that shoulder coming into me. I'm just aware of it. So I'm going to say no. I'm not going to kill him for it. I'm going to come in, see that shoulder? I don't want that shoulder coming into me. Good. Get where you can see the stirrup. We'll ask him to go. There's that shoulder. Good. Didn't quite have to bump him, but I had to kick him a little harder with the air. Now we'll ask him to bend. I want him to bend. Not his feet yet. The bend. Not into me. Now your front feet. Good. Now your front feet. Good. Go a little more so the camera can see. Not forward into my hand. See, that barrier's there, and sometimes he just roots. Tells me somebody's just let their hand get out of the way. Move over. There. Good. Nice rock back, just to be safe. And then we'll block there. I want the bend first. got to move his feet. I'm going to wait on the bend. There. I'd like to bend him 90 degrees, but I want him to come off of that. He kind of leaned on that shoulder like he might kind of lean into me. We'll work my leg here. There's a try. Doesn't have to be a big try. Here's a good deal. Try to keep this rhythm. Move your feet, see? Here's a good deal. Move your feet. Good. Now we'll bend again. There. Kind of use my hip to lean into it there. Starts walking, I'm going to grab this candle so I got something to lean on and go with him. There. So bend. Good. Now we'll get a bend. Good. Now the feet. Not back. Step over. Good. Not back. Jez, get out of there. Forward. Forward. There, he tried to take my hand again. Here's a good deal. Good. See, sometimes it's got to get a little lighter before it gets darker. But as it falls apart, when I realize, here's a good deal. Good. When I realize he's not going to make it, he's going to start pushing on me. If I keep doing a little bit, then he's going to push me out of the way. And that's the joke of insanity, is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different. If I throw a rock and it doesn't go far enough, I got to throw it further. And the same with this. But I want to firm up in that rhythm. Here's a good deal. Not into me. Good. Borderline. Good enough. Nice try. Beautiful. Here's the bend. Here's a good deal. Good. Smallest change, slightest try. Good. I hope that helps you. It gives you a few more things. We hadn't worked kind of on that lead up. We have done some of the other stuff from his back, but I wanted to show you guys from the ground, because I know a lot of you guys comment and doing the clinics and stuff. A lot of people need to work on it on the ground. You can see those feet a little better rather than feeling where those feet are from their back. So I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe click that like and subscribe button. I have a lot more views than I do subscribers, so if you're enjoying it, subscribe. Hope to see you again. Happy trails. Enjoy the journey.